Hi guys, Gadget404 here, and this video, like it says, plans FPV goggles. Now there's a few things you need for this to work, and here they are. Now this is by eSheen. This is an ROG-T, I believe, 01. This is the first version they did. It works with an Android phone. You can mount it on the side of your VR goggles. J-Drone mounts his on the front of his goggles, and if you wanted to, you can mount them on the top of your goggles. There's two types of VR goggles. This is the one where the drawer opens at the front. Some you get a little sliding drawer that comes out the side and you put your phone in, etc, etc. I have hot glued my fitting in because I always find they're a bit loose, and I hot glued it, so that's why I don't want to take it off. This is a 200 milliwatt 40 channel video transmitter. Again, you can get this off Banggood. You can see the coding there because I'm recording in 4K, and these are again between £8 and £12, so they're not super expensive. You've got the dipole antennae, and this version has got the dip switches on the back, so you flip them across if you want A4 and all that kind of thing. Now because the receiver's got auto scan, it doesn't matter what channel you're in, your receiver will find what channel you're on, and then it will actually tell you what channel you're on anyway. So I just leave it like that. The dipole, again, you can fit a pagoda, patch antenna, whatever you want. I mean, a pagoda would be better, give you better signal back to you when you're up in the air, and you'll still get a decent range. These things are all lying around. This is a made up harness, and this camera is one of these 4 or 5 gram FPV cameras. It's I think it's a CMOS 1.3 lens. Works from a 7-volt battery, a 2S 7.4 volt battery, and I'm just going to show you how to rig all this up so you can see how easy it actually is to set up. Some of you guys might have these things lying around at home, but if you don't, then for about £40 or £50 you could have all of this rigged up for a set of goggles. And you can do it in the 3D. You can split the screen on the app, the Go FPV app, when you put it into the screen, so you can get the fully immersive 3D type effect. So I'm going to show you guys in a moment how you actually set that up. Here is another set of goggles, because I've got 2 sets. I've got one off my wife for Christmas and one off my sister-in-law for my birthday. This is the version that quite a few people have. Drawer slides out, you put your phone in there with the screen facing you, run the app, etc. Set the version to if you want 1 screen or 2, and that's it. This is the version where the hinge, it just comes down, and then you just rest your phone on that bit of sponge with the screen facing yourself. And then you just close it, and then that keeps the phone from moving around. So, 2 different versions to do the same job. They both work, and I'm going to show you guys how that works in just a few minutes. I'm doing a voiceover, so I keep forgetting that when I record in 4K, the phone doesn't have a mic, so I have to record in 4K, edit the video, and then do the voiceover afterwards. Hopefully this is working. I don't know for sure. I won't know until afterwards if it is actually working. This is part 2. When you film in 4K on this phone, it only does 5-minute segments, and then you have to stop and do the second part. So this is the setup. This is the gear you need to make your own FPV goggles, and I'm going to show you guys how to put it all together. It's pretty straightforward. As I say, battery, a mobile phone, goggles, the receiver, transmitter and a camera. I'm using an Android phone. Be careful on the newer versions of phones. The app will sometimes it'll install onto your device, but it won't actually run. It keeps crashing. I'm using my old work phone, which is a Samsung J something 5, and it works fine. So someone is now ringing me on the house phone, so just bear with me while I turn that off. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's actually quite it's a not bad phone actually, and that's the Galaxy J5S, I think. The app works on this phone, and the app you need it's called Go FPV. Just keeping a check on the time because I have to pick up my son at around about 3:20, and it's just coming up to 3:15 in the afternoon. So I'm just letting my phone boot up. It takes a bit of time sometimes to actually load. So I'm doing that. So just let it boot up. There you go, I think that's working now. So I'm just running the app. I'm going to run the app on the phone. The phone's sort of bugging out a little bit. So that's the app that you guys need. The one top left hand corner, it's called Go FPV. That is an app that works with Android. I'm assuming there is an iOS version for the app, and that is what the app looks like. And then I get a text message from work, which you can't read because it's confidential, etc., etc. So you put your phone with the screen facing you, you plug the receiver into the bottom of the phone. It actually, I found a gadget that converts a micro USB to a USB-C, and it actually works in my other phone as well. So I can have different two phones. You want it in full FPV type split screen, then you can set it up like that. Don't need it recording automatically. And then you just do that, and then you close it. That will hold your phone in place. There's like quite a strong magnet on there, so it does actually work. And then all you need to do is use the receiver, press the button on the back of the receiver, but I'm just powering up the camera module that I've made a harness for. So that is quite I'm just plugging in the battery. I'm just going in the kitchen because I've turned the oven on because I'm making a chicken dinner for my family, because today is my full day off, so I don't need to go to work today. I'm gonna get Thursday's the only full day that I get off at the moment. I'm working 6 days a week. Then you press there's a little red button on the back of the ROGOT1 receiver. I think I've got a dodgy wire because I think, well, why isn't there no picture? But it's just doing its thing. Just let some smoke out of the kitchen. It is absolutely belting it down today, so I haven't had any chance to fly this week at all. So I'm just letting it find its signal. Thinking, well, I've got a loose wire on my connection, so I press it, and there you go, got a picture. You can have it as one screen, or you can have it as the full, one camera, one eye for each thing, and it works. As you can see, I'm showing it. This is not a pre-recorded video. This was live as I was videoing it, and you get one lens, and then you get the other lens. So it definitely works. Just bear with me while I'm defrosting a chicken. Why is that stopped? There. So that's that, and there you go. got FPV. Like I say, these things, you start from £10. You can get them from less. You can get them for like £5 odd from most market type stalls. If you go and get them from phone shops, they cost a few pounds. They're not expensive. Receiver and the transmitter is probably the most expensive parts, and I've hot glued mine onto that stand. When you get the receivers, I always find that the connection is always loose. So how I do it, I rig it up, make sure when it's got a picture, I then hot glue the hell out of it, and just make sure that as it's drying, you still have picture, and then that's it basically. So there's your harness, you've got your picture there you go, a bit of lag. I wouldn't say you can use these for racing, but for someone to watch you racing, then they can hook into your channel and see what you're doing. A little bit of lag, but it's not bad, you can consider in. Put a good aerial on the receiver, put a good aerial on the transmitter, and you can go quite some distance. I've had 1,000 meters and get good picture. I've fit a 16 dBi patch antenna onto my receiver and a pagoda aerial on my transmitter, and it works. So this is a poor man's FPV setup. If you like this video, guys, please continue to subscribe to me. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down if you don't feel that this video has actually taught you anything. I'm not here to teach you things, I'm here just to show you how you could do something. And there's other ways to do what I'm trying to do, but this is stuff that I've had lying around at home for quite some time, and I thought I would just stick it in a video for you guys and just show you what I have done. And I made a video about it today, Thursday, the 20th of September. And yeah, there's two versions. That's the draw version, so it slides out, you stick your phone in. That is very similar to what Parrot use in their the Parrot 2 and the 2 Lite or the 2 Power edition and all that kind of thing. It's draw, slides out, stick your phone in, and that's it. Or you've got the front loader like my other version. They're easier to use, easier to get at the phone. You're not catching wires and all that kind of thing. So it's just showing you guys a way to set up your goggles. It can be done. Give it a go. That is like I say, it's about a 4 or 5 gram camera, and it works. It does a real good job. So if you want to have a go at this, by all means, people, try it, and yeah, take it from there. So just sort of, I think the video will be coming to an end shortly. Like I say, this is a voiceover, so I'm trying to watch when I'm coming to the end of my video so I don't talk while it's cutting off, etc., because that is not good. But Cheap Man's FPV Goggles, as I say, continue to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to me already. Click the like button, share this video on your social media sites, show your friends about this video and my other videos. Go to Gadget Man, leave a space 404 on YouTube, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Gadget Man 404 out.